mouth breather. Hello everyone and welcome to day 24 of Terrorthon, scary shows. You can probably guess from the title alone what this is all about. There have been a lot of horror themed TV shows over the years, all the way back from the 60s onwards. And I just want to highlight some of the most well known ones and whether or not they're worth your time. We already did a video 2 years ago on anthology TV series, so we're going to be skipping all of those, apart from one, which we didn't really talk about in great detail last time. So let's begin. So first of all, we're not talking about the older stuff like Dark Shadows from 66 to 71. We're talking about more modern shows because from a certain time period, TV shows have been held to a higher standard. So that's my logic. So let's go for it. So first off, we've got Twin Peaks, which aired from 1990 to 1991, all about a detective trying to solve the case of who killed Laura Palmer in a little small town where a lot of weird goings on happen. Now, this was directed by David Lynch, so right away, it's going to be fantastic. So yes, I recommend Twin Peaks, it is a trip. X-Files, which aired from 1993 to 2001. Of course, this show is more sci-fi oriented, but there were definitely some spoopy things in there. And I mean, Mulder and Scully are iconic television characters even to this day. I mean, it certainly helped that X-Files was revived in 2016 for a couple of years. Yes, highly recommend this show. Next we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which aired from 1997 to 2002. Did you guys know that it was originally a movie in 1992 directed by Joss Whedon? I didn't know that. It's all about, of course, Buffy the Vampire Slayer hunting down monsters with her Scooby Gang, as they're called. And yes, I recommend Buffy very much, which also had a spin-off called Angel, which aired from 1999 to 2004. I haven't seen very much of this show, but from what I hear, it's almost as good as Buffy, so yeah, I recommend it, I suppose. Then we've got Supernatural, which aired from 2005 to 2013. It's sort of like an anthology show because every episode is self-contained, dealing with a different urban legend or different kind of monster. I've seen some of this, and I gotta say, it's very cheesy, but it's very entertaining, possibly for that very reason. So yeah, I recommend it. It's a show you can jump in and out of because of the type of format that it uses. So yeah, by all means, check it out. Then we've got Dexter, which aired from 2006 to 2013. So this is all about a friendly, if you like, serial killer who works for the police. And it's a great show to a point. I recommend stopping after season 4 because it just gets ridiculous after that. I haven't seen the revival, I hear it's pretty good. I will let you know if I ever get round to it. Now we've got The Walking Dead, which started airing in 2010 and still hasn't finished yet, but it's finishing this year. No, I don't recommend this show as a whole. I do recommend at least watching the first season, but after that it sort of becomes a soap opera with zombies and I'm just not into it. I'm only finishing it because I've come this far, I might as well. But yeah, watch season 1, you can skip the rest really. Then we've got American Horror Story, which aired from 2011 to 2021. It may still be going, I'm not sure. It's an anthology show, but every season is a different story, and it's had tons of high-profile celebrity guests like Lady Gaga and Stevie Nicks. So you can't go wrong. I couldn't get into it, but I might give it another try one day. I'm sure it's very good. It wouldn't be so popular otherwise, so sure, give it a go. Bates Motel, based on the Psycho movie. This aired from 2013 to 2017. I've seen the first season, it was very good, and I just didn't get round to watching it again, but I will, because I've seen the reviews and it's spoken of very highly, so by all means, yeah, Bates Motel, give it a go. Then we've got Hannibal, which aired from 2013 to 2015, starring Hannibal Lecter, of course, who we've discussed already this year. It's a good show for the most part. I managed to finish it, but after the first season, which is the standout, the show just completely disappears up its own arse. It thinks it's so arty and it's just really pretentious. But it's still watchable. The kills are very twisted and it certainly captures that Hannibal vibe. So yeah, give it a watch. And finally, Stranger Things, which started airing in 2016 and is still ongoing. Now, at first you couldn't really call it a horror show, but the latest season is 100% horror, no doubt about it. Look at Vecna, for God's sake. It's one of my favourite shows. I love it very much. And I highly, highly recommend it. But the last episode that aired was 2.5 hours long. That's longer than most movies, and it's one episode. It's crazy. But it flew by. I really, really enjoyed it. Check it out for sure. And there we go, a choice selection of scary shows. We of course didn't cover all of them, but there's always next year, isn't there? See you tomorrow.